Welcome to this week's virtual safety training session. Hi, I'm Mike Sheehy, and today we're going to talk about lockout tagout, but more in particular, talk about red tagging. Let's talk about the OSHA rules covering this, 1926.417. Service and maintenance of machines and equipment. We want to prevent the unexpected energy startup or release of stored energy that could cause injury to employees. Could be electrical, mechanical, hydraulic, pneumatic, chemical, thermal, any type of energy. What type of energy did that rock have? Well, that was powered by gravity, so that was a pretty quick one. What is stored energy? Uh, any unexpected startup, release of stored accumulated energy. Again, we were talking about that rock. Well, anything up high could be affected by gravity. That's why we don't leave anything on top of a ladder when we go to move it. I've seen some bad outcomes from that. But we got to remember that anything like springs, steam, pressurized fluids, all of these are what we call accumulated energy, and they could be released rather quickly. Stored up energy, backup batteries, capacitors, flywheels. Again, they could start turning. We talked about gravity, uh, air, gas, steam, water pressure, even like radiators or boilers. I mean, sure, you've run into that where you go to work on an engine or something like that, and you've just turned it off, and that radiator is still pretty hot. So you got to watch out for that. So also backup batteries. We were moving out of one warehouse to another, and we were doing a lot of backup power supply work at the time. So we were just loading up all the batteries we had there in the back of the bucket trucks. Well, we also had to remove the cage, the fencing, the that was up around to keep everybody out, and they just took that off the posts, rolled it up. They tossed it in the back of the bucket trucks, and you should have seen that light show when everything started sparking all over. Again, you got to think about that energy that's stored up. Now, we're not sending power down lines or operating machinery at a distance, but there are times we may need to adjust, clean, or calibrate some piece of equipment. We want to protect ourselves and coworkers, so we want to make sure we shut off or power down whatever we're working on. When we purposely shut something down, it's because it's not working correctly. We need to make sure it doesn't get turned on without warning everybody. So we need to start when we go to shut it down to tell everybody, warn them that it's going down, and then before we fire it back up, let everybody know that it's coming back online. Now, the importance of tagging. This happened to me personally at one of the offices in the afternoon. We didn't have anybody to receive any truck deliveries. So anytime something showed up, I'd have to go down and grab the forklift and unload the truck, which normally wasn't a problem. Get a call one day to come down, and I just see a forklift sitting over there, and just as it normally is, the gas was on, the key was in the ignition, so I just hopped in, turned it on, and started heading for the dock. Well, I got about 20 feet away, and I decided, well, I better start slowing down and get my forks in the right position and everything. I get the forks down, and I go to hit the brakes, and the brake pedal went all the way to the floor. It ends up that this was brought in for repair, but what they forgot to do was to take the key out, turn off the gas, and tag it so nobody would try to start it up. Luckily, the forks were at the right height. I did catch the pallet in the right spot, and that did slow me down when I met up with the forklift. Now, trailers. Again, when we do our inspections every morning of the trucks that need to be done, we got to make sure that the trailers are roadworthy. I know somebody was saying that, well, everybody should be assigned their own trailer. Trouble is that we do so many different types of jobs, we use different types of trailers. You know, you need one type of trailer to move a drill, but you need another type of trailer to move a reel of fiber. So that doesn't work out. So whenever you start in the morning, you need to check the landing gear, the tires, chains, lights, reflectors, the reel stand. We don't want no reel bouncing down the expressway, tagging a few vehicles. Check the brakes. If everything is not 100%, it should be tagged and taken out of service. Also, we need to inspect our bucket trucks, inspect the boom, mounting bolts, critical welds, pin retainer bolts, and snap rings. Uh, One of our people had gone to some sort of safety meeting and he was talking to a guy from another company. And if you look at that picture down in the middle, something like that happened to this guy. He was doing the daily check, full range of motion. And when he extended the inner boom all the way out, it went all the way out. It would be really bad to find out what if he had been in the bucket at the time. Also, we need to check the basket integrity, especially on the fiberglass models. They get bumped up against poles and everything else. You got to check for cracks, make sure that they're structurally sound. Even on the metal ones, you know, give a good check on the welds and connecting spots. Now, don't forget about your hydraulic hoses, fittings, and connectors. Do not, under any circumstances, check any hydraulic lines when the pump is on. You should always look for a piece of cardboard to run it over to find out where the leaks are. A lot of times also you'll find the leaks by looking where is the dirt being collected. Now remember, if that pump's been on, that fluid is going to be hot and it will burn you. And also we are running at a really high pressure, somewhere around 2,400 pounds per square inch. At that much pressure, it can easily be injected up under your skin. And we've talked about this other times, how dangerous that can be. Now, we want to talk about red tagging. The red tag can be put on by anybody on the crew. If you're doing the inspection, you find something wrong, you should tag it and get it out of service. Make sure everything's operating properly. Uh, Now, also, once you put the tag on there, make sure you notify your crew leader and so forth. Also, make sure that you have an electronic repair request filled out. This does come in, it does get looked at. This way we know what the problem is, everything else. Under the new system that's going to be coming out soon, we're going to be able to keep track of all this and find out what type of equipment, what brand is giving us the most problem and is in for the most type of repair. So it's important that we put down the unit number, the date that it's tagged, if it's a vehicle, the odometer or hour reading, and put in the maintenance that is required and your name. Okay, if it's a truck, some sort of vehicle, something that moves, remove the key so nobody else can start it up while there's a problem. Write down the model, the year, and also make sure that we don't have any type of DOT violations going on. Again, check your little warning stickers all over the place. They need to be legible. If it's a trailer, you know, give us the unit number. Tell us what type of trailer it is. Is it a fiber trailer? Is it a drill rig trailer? Or is it just a real trailer? You know, we need to know that on there. Also, if it's any type of equipment, we need to know the asset number, what the malfunction is, and of course, put down your name and when you found it. Okay, so remember, we want you to be safe. We want you to use equipment that's in good shape. Don't wait till it's a complete failure. You know, when things start going wrong, it's not acting right, have somebody look at this so we can get it fixed quickly and it doesn't have to sit in the, in the garage for a long time. So everybody, stay safe. Bye for now.